And I believe we're live. Just give me one sec while I double check some things here. Make sure everything's all set up correctly. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Alright, hang on. With you in a moment, Mick Mignola. Or Mignola? I'm not sure how I pronounce that. Probably butchered it. Oh well. Just doing a few technical checks on our end, and then we can get to playing the game. Alright, we should be all good to go. I'm gonna reduce my volume a little bit so we can hear the game a bit better. Or I'll raise the game's volume, that works too. Alright. Hopefully that sounds good. If not, then I apologize, but real quick. Alright, no more real quicks, let's get started. So, Hellboy, Web of Word. I completely forgot this game was coming out until it was out, and now I have to try it, because I love Hellboy. Hellboy is my favorite comic series. If you haven't read it, go read it. If you haven't seen the original Guillermo del Toro movies from the early 2000s, go watch them. I love Hellboy. It's a fantastic series that is incredibly underappreciated. And hopefully this game will do it justice, because I really do think this character and this story is incredible, and it deserves way more than it gets. Right off the bat, the art style is a win. I love the art style. It's very reminiscent of the comics. It looks great. Hopefully it'll play great.
So, what are we dealing with here?
Four psychic spikes measured at over 180 BPUs. Italy, Russia, Scotland, and the US. We've managed to contain the effects so far.
So why the heck am I flying to Argentina?
The spikes held a coded message, coordinates. They point to a large abandoned building just outside of Bariloche. Roberts began reconnaissance at 1830 hours, but we've heard nothing since.
Lucky Roberts? Damn.
Your job is to find Roberts and investigate possible links between this location and the spikes before they cause any further repercussions.
That's a fun word. Who's on site?
We're stretched pretty thin.
You gave me Tatler as coordinator again, didn't you?
She put together a good team at short notice. Be nice.
You should tell her that. She hates me.
You should prepare yourself. Once you land, you're going straight in.
Straight in where exactly?
You'd never believe me if I told you.
Okay, so that cutscene was kind of mediocre. Like, I think they were going for, like, the classic comic book panel aesthetic. The comic book panels were a bit more interesting than just square, square, square. Ooh, okay.
Altman? Tatler? I'm in. Transport device seems to work. I'm standing in what looks like the world's suckiest rent fair. No sign of Lucky. Can you guys even hear me? Anyone?
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. The feedback from Lucky's out.
So that's from Block Button.
You're breaking up. Damn it.
Okay. Do I not have a sprint? Oh my god, I don't have a sprint. This is slightly... Oh, there we go. There's sprint. You have to hold at... Jesus Christ. Why is the camera so close to Hellboy? Because, like, okay. from what little I've seen, this is like an action roguelike kind of game. Wouldn't you want your camera to be a little further out? Especially considering that Hellboy's not a small dude. He's a big guy. Just look at that arm. Just look at that arm and tell me this is a small dude. So I feel like the camera could be a little, just pan it out a little bit more. Okay, let's see here.
Hey, all. Reality seems pretty stable right now. But this tethered doohickey looks ready to crap out on me. Hate to think how Lucky's doing without one.
Stable might have been brave.
Yeah, I get it. Don't break the tether.
Mortal.
Oh, does this? Oh, there we go.
Hi?
You trespass upon the word.
Hey, it wasn't exactly a sign. Look, tell me where my friend is and we'll be gone before you know it.
Oh, is that it? They cut that kind of a little short, didn't they? Okay, enemy. Combat time. Oh, jeez. Oh my, is there not like a lock-on? Where's the lock-on button?
Oh, come on. Really?
There has to be a lock-on
Welcome
button,
to
right?
Inbound.
You shall never leave this place.
Okay, so there's not a lock-on button.
Great. Now you tell me.
We're playing an action game in 2023 without a lock-on button. That's... Okay, that doesn't give me super high hopes, I'm not gonna lie. It was the first encounter. It was the first encounter. Maybe it gets better. Maybe we start fleshing out the game a little bit more. Oh, now it locks off.
Crap, this guy is big. Altman, I'll tell you, I can see why Lucky might have problems.
Ow.
Or protagonist. Let us see.
Okay.
You're really starting to piss me off, you know that?
Your soul will remain here forever. And join the warp and weft of the world.
Nope, not gonna happen. I got things to do.
Who's this voice actor? Because he sounds like... what was his name?
Right.
He recently passed. He was a great actor.
Phew.
Shit. He
Okay.
played...
I'm done.
I feel terrible because he's such an incredible actor, and I feel so bad at just...
For a role, then. What shall it be?
I need to stop talking over the game.
Fool, perhaps?
Not even gonna answer that.
No, but the actor I'm thinking of, he played Zavala in Destiny, and he played the concierge in the John Wick movies. I've completely spaced on his name, which makes me feel terrible because he's fantastic. But that's kind of what he sounds like. Maybe it's just me. But the voice acting's pretty good. Why did all the other enemies die? Like, I get the big one dying, because I punched him in the face and I killed him, but all the little guys just ceased to exist. Okay then, so go for the big guys first. Got it. Oh my god, these controls.
Congratulations, mortal. I am Scheherazade. Storyteller, weaver of the weird, the condemned one reborn from the spinning of 1,000 tales. Neither wife nor husband, but spouse to Shahryar.
Yeah, Good for you. Where's my friend?
You have earned the
Okay,
role
that's
in
not the
this
actor I was
place.
thinking of, but it kind of sounds like him.
What the hell?
I mark you protagonist. As such, you may return to your world. Take your friend. He lies yonder. I must leave, but I shall follow your tale with interest.
Lance Reddick, that was his name. Rest in peace to Lance Reddick, he was a great actor. Okay, so looks like we're coming up on boss fight, maybe. Hi there.
Guys, I found Lucky. He's in bad shape, but Hellboy. Hey, hang in there, buddy. Gotta figure out how to get you out of here. I can't move. Give me a sec, buddy. I'll think of something. I got incoming. Sounds real big. How do we get out of here? Do what? That sounds like a really bad idea. Damn it, I don't have a better one. Grab my hand, Lucky. Time for you to live up to your name.
They're back! Medic!
What? What the I feel like the game just skipped like 30 minutes of like gameplay and story. What the fuck? How do we escape? Oh
That's
good, we've
really all I
escaped.
remember. Bottom line, the word is causing the spikes. I'm sure of it. I need to get back in there.
Hey,
You
Steve
were on
Bloom.
armory duty until further notice. What the hell were you thinking?
I guess my precog failed. I didn't think I was at any risk.
Yes, I'm aware of your particular talents, but that was stupid. You entered the chamber without authorization. Your rescue op nearly cost us 2 agents. You should thank the Lord I don't kick your ass all the way back to Idaho. Hellboy, the entity you spoke to. Friendly or not?
Scheherazade? Hard to say. First I assumed they ran things, but then something spooked them. Whatever it was sounded real nasty. We got the hell out of there.
So, let me summarize. We have no idea what this house or the word has to do with the spikes. And we still don't know why we were led here. That is not acceptable, gentlemen.
When do our folklore experts arrive?
They were supposed to be here 4 hours ago. For now, you're on your own. Now get back in there and find out what's going on. Dismissed.
Okay, so ooh. We playing Dungeons and Dragons up there? What's going on? Well, I wonder if God, it's been so long since I've read or watched Hellboy. Wonder how many of the characters are here. Like, am I gonna wander around here and just find Lincoln with his big fishbowl? Dude. This bell chamber is the exit into the Word.
Isn't this house beautiful? It was built in the 40s by Pasquale Deneveux, a French occultist. He disappeared 5 years ago and hasn't been seen since. The house was abandoned, and now it's a local legend. The Butterfly House. Look around you. There's no vandalism, no wildlife. It just remained like this, untouched.
And kinda creepy.
Oh, I like it. I can hear history speaking to me here, you know?
Psychometry, right?
Mm-hmm. When I touch things, this little box whispers secretos.
Well, anything useful so far?
Not yet, but it is a big house. Hey, if you find anything in the word, bring it to me, okay? Once I touch it, who knows what we could learn.
Sure thing. Glad to have you on the team.
Okay. Synchronize BPRD issue weapons and charms to the word with Shakti shards in order to use them in here.
A pistol.
Thank you, Hellboy. I couldn't have figured that out. Good to praise. Sorry about the accidental Asian racism being my stupid tongue. Training room. Got it. Let's see. Fucking hell, these controls. Oh, jeez. I can't even move while I shoot. Okay, so reloading takes time, so you can't just do it willy-nilly. That's good. I like that. No, they didn't. There's not even like a fun animation of the punching bag going like berserko mode or flying off or exploding. Alright. Anything over here? Prompts? Anything? Anything? Easter eggs? Bueller? Can I go into the kitchen and just start making pancakes all day? It was pancakes, wasn't it? I remember Hellboy had a thing for, like, cats and, like, some breakfast food. I'm pretty sure it was pancakes. This has to be something later on, right? This thing over here, it's way too conspicuous not to be. Another D20. You just need 2 more, you could get a full dice set sitting on these things. Alright, what do you have to say?
First of all, good work getting Lucky back, Hellboy. Shows you can obey orders when you put your mind to it. Keep going like that, and we'll get on just fine.
Thanks.
However, we still don't know what this house has to do with whatever's causing those spikes. Why there was a signal directing us here. Or anything else for that matter. So yeah, we do need you to go back in. Like it or not.
Yeah, I get it.
Alright then. Dismissed.
Kind of lacking in character, isn't it? Like, one of my favorite things about the Hellboy comics and the original movies is that the characters are all fantastic. And they're fun. It isn't just, here is the plot, here's what we do. Yeah, I'm a beleaguered old cop. Like,
Hey, Oldman. Thanks for fixing the tether. It was a little rough on it.
were you?
De nada. Good as new. Better eat it. Should be a lot more stable now. Although there is a quirk to these devices.
Why am I not surprised?
So, you know that if the tether breaks, you return to the exit chamber, right? Well, if the tether breaks and there's no active chamber to return to, it's bad.
Define bad?
Well, the tether doesn't know what to return you to, so imagine falling, screaming into a bottomless pit forever. That kind of bad.
How about we make sure that doesn't happen?
I can try, but don't sweat it. Could be worse.
How exactly?
Could be me going in there.
Okay, see, that was great. That had character to it. Our mechanic is a sassy coward. But, like, so far, it feels very flat.
Red. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. Thanks for saving my ass.
Not a problem. How's armory duty?
Boring. Anything taken from our world into the Word degrades super fast.
So, no weapons? It's just bad language and knuckles?
No. Altman rigged a fix for us. See, things in the Word release energy when they die. Your tether captures that energy. And we can use what you collect to reinforce our equipment so it doesn't just fall to pieces. Altman calls it synchronizing.
Wow.
So, the more bad guys I take down,
The more goodies I can offer you here. Want to take a look at what's available now?
Okay, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, because this is just, it's the beginning of the game. I haven't even properly started. I've only beaten the tutorial. Okay, that was cool. I liked that. That was awesome. See it again. Okay, see, that was dope.
Altman, I'm going back in the chamber.
Roger that.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get some more, like, character moments in the game. We'll get
You
our...
have returned to finish this chapter, protagonist.
Chapter only just started.
If I'm a protagonist, can we be done with all the skeletons?
Unlike travelers past, you will find little aid or wisdom here. Our master does not tolerate heroic tales of ascension. Only rage and death. I fear your journey will end at the Fateless King.
That your boss? Sounds like a fun guy. So I guess we still got skeletons. Peachy.
See, okay. Although, that's cool. They give you the seed in the top right corner, so you can actually, like, record that. That's neat. I like that detail. I think more roguelikes should do that. But, okay. One thing that makes Hellboy so good is its dialogue. Like, in Hellboy 2, when Lincoln's having a crisis, he's, like, falling in love with an elf chick, he's confused. Hellboy hands him a beer, to which Lincoln responds, "No, I can't drink that, my body is a temple," to which Hellboy shoots back, "Well, now it's an amusement park." And then the two share a beer, they sing together, it's a great moment. And then, even in the comics, you had these comedic moments, like, my favorite panel, "Is that a monkey? He's got a gun!" And the monkey just starts shooting. It's got charisma and fun, and it's a mix of charisma and fun and dark humor and incredibly dark, gruesome themes. So far, this game has just been, here is the plot, here is more plot, ominous. It's not really... It doesn't really feel like... I don't know, maybe I'm judging too quickly, but it doesn't have any, like, soul to it, you know what I mean?
Another mortal filled with vain hopes and dreams. Or perhaps you are merely fodder for my brood.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't planning on that.
I am Vasandi, Norn Weaver, and Mother of the Word. I suppose if I offer you a boon, you may prove to be a minor distraction. Clown for my children, perhaps?
As long as there are no balloon animals, lady, we're good.
Like, okay, maybe soulless is a bit too harsh, because the developers did try, which is more than you could say about a lot of game devs these days. But, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm gonna keep playing for a little bit, see if it gets any better. Alright, what's this? Blessings of Verdandi. The Norn personifying present, middle, and immediacy believes that warriors press their advantage and watch their enemies burn. Increases max ammo capacity. Alright. Neat. Oh, is this like a branching path thing? Okay. Branching paths. I like that. It's always a good thing in level design. I should have gone the other path. Ow. Yeah, what the hell? You kill the big guy and all the little guys die. Like, why would you do that? God, the camera. Like, the thing about the camera, like, it's too low and it's too close.
Could've just stayed out of my way.
So it's hard to tell, like, what the enemy is doing until after they've already done it, and by then you've already taken the hit. And even then, so far, the enemies have been really weak and underwhelming, but that's to be expected. It's the very start of the game. Okay. Well, that was underwhelming. Yeesh. Do I not have, like, a map or something so I can keep track of where I'm going and where I've been? Because I just went in a big circle. Okay, so much for branching paths. I was hoping it would be something more like, I don't know, more like Castlevania, where you'd go down a branching path and suddenly you're playing an entirely different game with whole different levels. Maybe that was a bit much. Maybe I shouldn't have set my expectations that high. Alright. Okay. I love pressing B and then just watching Hellboy stare at the thing I'm pressing B over. Like, come on. Do I not need it? I'm going to assume that I don't need healing, given the fact that it's not working. The hell? Oh, there's two of them, so the little guys don't despawn this time. Ow. Ow.
That was stupid.
Oh, okay, that was cool.
You got me angry. That was dumb.
Oh, hang on. Could I have thrown this? Come on, dude. Oh, jeez. Alright, what's through door number 2? Okay, it's another D20. It's blessings from their stories that will enhance combat.
Though I marked you protagonist, I cannot change your story. My master will not allow it.
Your boss is a pain too, huh? Good to know.
However, I may heighten the trauma and grant you blessings. When?
Like, okay, so those cutscenes clearly, like, pause the gameplay so they have those still images. Because the animations kick in after the cutscene is over. Which makes me wonder, why wouldn't they just not pause it? You could still apply like the black filter, but then you at least get like some semblance of motion, rather than just looking at these boring blank images. Okay. Upgrade my fist and grab a key.
Huh. Nice.
Nice. Alright. Yeah. Oh, hello. Bang. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Shit. And all the other guys are just going to stand idly by while I murder this one. It's very polite of you to wait until I was finished.
Dumbass.
Okay, more stuff to throw with the world's most underwhelming throw animation. Ooh. What the fuck? Oh, it's the money, okay. Oh, it's like slithering, okay. Neat. That could have been like a cool detail if like the purple stuff were like spreading across the environment as you play, as like a sort of like a canned animation. Oh, I'm sure that's safe. Oh my god, the way the camera zooms in even further when you start sprinting. Holy fuck. Jeez, dude. Okay, where are we going? Oh boy. Man, don't you just hate it when the entire universe ceases to exist and you drop into the next one? God, I hate that.
Well, that sucked.
I can't tell if he was talking about that line or my joke.
Oh, a new toy. Oh, how delicious. I am Erder Norn, spinner, maiden of the world. And you are the new protagonist?
Apparently.
How delightful. My sisters are dull and stupid, but I shall make the most of this rare excitement.
Don't make a special effort on my behalf.
Increases max toughness, increases max health. I haven't had to worry about either of these things yet, so we'll just go toughness, I guess. And sometimes rooms in the word will lock down, trapping you inside. Okay, so your classic Devil May Cry action game, kill all the enemies room. Ooh, this one's got, like, skeleton armor. Shit, I forgot to reload. Uh-oh. Oh. Stop. Stop. I want to throw... Break focus by running away. I want to throw the rock. Oh my god. This is so clunky. Okay, now I'm starting to like run into some actual challenge, which is appreciated. Why are the little guys even here? Like, okay, let's really look at what they're doing here. Nothing. They do nothing, and then they immediately disintegrate when you kill the actual enemies, which are these guys. So why are there little guys in the first place? Just have the big guy. All the enemies, they just stand there like it's a kung fu movie. Just, no, we can't all attack the good guy at once. We have to wait. And what just happened?
Could have just stayed out of my way.
Okay. Is this just back to the entrance again? I swear to God. Alright, I just had to make sure that I actually picked up the money. I just saw the number change. Okay, not the entrance. Puzzle. How do I get the thing? Alright. Let's see. I appreciate that they were trying to emulate the comic style, but when you look in the skybox and it's just a slate of gray with some rudimentary buildings, it stops being interesting real quick.
Would you look at that?
Alright, let's try the green door before we go through the rocks. Can I hit that? Yes, I can. You can hit things. 10 out of 10. Greatest game of all time. Unlock dormant shrines by submitting an offering of word threads. Once it's unlocked, it will remain so. It comes at a price. Use word threads that they're shined to create bus. So I just unlocked a shop. And I can't afford anything because I just wasted all my money unlocking a shop. Imagine if you came on the merchant in Resident Evil 4 and he was just like, "Hey stranger, I'll sell you these guns after you buy a gun license." So Leon has to do a whole quest line about getting his Spanish gun handler's permit. Actually, I'm just curious what all this actually... Well, that was incredibly underwhelming. But now my fist is glowing. Accept challenge. Oh, you're not going to give me a tutorial pop-up on that? Okay, that was cool. Oh, the little guys are doing something! Whoa! Like, I'm trying to, like, side dodge, but he doesn't want to go to the side when I want him to. And then when I try to, like, back dodge, he starts side dodging. He just doesn't want to do what I tell him to. Which is very in character for Hellboy, but it also stinks, and I hate it. Now I know how Abe feels. Was that it?
I'll keep you for later.
Like, that wasn't even a challenge. It was just a normal... Okay. I'm just gonna drop it and move on, or I'm gonna be here all night.
Do not give up. Your story is not yet at an end.
You say that like we're near the end, or like I've had a difficult time in getting here? Which I really haven't. Let's be real. There were a few moments back there where it was like, okay, I think I might actually be in trouble here, but they faded pretty fast. Bang! 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 Oh my god. Smash up 50 mooks. Fuck your coffin. Hey, wake up! Okay. Oh, you've got airstrikes. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, come on, guys. Do we have to do this?
That was pretty neat. Cool little effect there. Alright. Up there next, I guess? Let's see. I don't know. Everything just looks the same. So it's difficult to tell where I'm supposed to actually be taking him. And there's no map, so that's off the table.
Ah, that's better.
Okay. So that answers my earlier question. So the armor and the health are two separate things. Or the resilience, I guess.
Art thou the devil come to renege on his bargain?
No, but I get that a lot. You're the faithless king, I guess? Look, I got questions.
Perhaps thou art deaf, come to claim me and break the contract.
Look, buddy, I just want to stop this place from breaking my place.
I think not. If thou art not Lucifer of death, thou art a thrall. And I say, thou shalt go no further.
Oh, brother. Have it your way.
Alright, boss fight. Yes, I know this. You've taught me that. Ow. Ow. Hey, fuck. Ow, jeez, okay. This guy is substantially more dangerous. Jesus Christ. Side dodge, Hellboy. I'm pressing the side. Oh, he's still up. Oh, he's got... Oh, jeez, he's got 2 health bars. Okay, big hit. Boom! Alright, that was sick. I can't. I couldn't see anything. Ooh. That looks neat. Take the artifact. Okay, so as first bosses go, that wasn't incredible, but it wasn't bad. Am I going backwards? Did it just send me... The camera pointed that way, so I just assumed that was where it wanted me to go. But let's try this way first. That shell seems similar to other word exits, but this one seems dormant for now. Objective completed. I must go now, my people need me. Note, Hellboy died on the way back to his home planet. Oh. It's just the exit. Well, that's disappointing.
You brought something back from the ward with you?
I did. That's the kind of thing you were looking for?
Yes. Let's hear what it has to say. It is so much rage. I can make out words. Interloper. Madness. Infection. Something is in the word that should not be. Something bad. That's why the spikes are occurring. I'm sure of it.
Okay, that fits. Well, thanks for the info. I'll bring back anything else I find.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Whatever you did in the word seems to have caused the house to react.
Huh. Well, that's unexpected. Are you sure it was me?
Well, correlation isn't necessarily causation, but you took down the Faithless King, and adding his relic to the converter seems to power up the bell chamber.
Well, how about that? I should take a look.
Bring artifacts from the word into the butterfly house to unlock useful combat abilities at tether upgrades terminals. Huh. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there for this game. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed. Like, I don't want to be too harsh, because it's not a terrible game. And it feels like the developers actually did try, like, with the license. But at the same time... Oh, hang on, there's more stuff happening. Like, this doesn't just... It doesn't really feel like Hellboy to me so far. It feels like you could have changed the art style and replaced Hellboy with an original character, and it would change absolutely nothing. Who are you guys?
Hellboy, how was your journey into the Word?
Honestly, didn't care for it much. Locals were real unfriendly.
But fascinating, I am sure. I have so many questions.
How was being bound to an etheric tether? Pretty impressed Altman managed to cook one up so quickly. Could you feel a physical pull back here? Did it kind of flop around, or what?
Didn't notice it after a while. Not until I got hit anyway.
Tethers are a key part of the lore surrounding astral travel. Conventional wisdom suggests that if it is destroyed, one is lost in the astral plane for all eternity.
Well, that's reassuring.
The fact that breaking it didn't lead to being stuck in some kind of gray, endless limbo is good, right?
Yeah, well, I got a whole new world to investigate. I'll let you know if I find out anything folklore-y.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, mate. Not unless there's like some fun. The hell? Ah, the menu doesn't even work. Oh, what the fu- It says, oh, now it wants to. I called it out for not working, and it was just like, are you sure about that, motherfucker? Check this shit out. Way to go, Hellboy. Word of word, you... The web of word. I like that title better, the word of word. You succeeded in making a fool out of me. I'm done. Yeah, I can't play any more of this game. It's really boring. That's really disappointing. I was really hoping this would be like a sleeper hit for this year. Like, because this year we've had so many heavy hitters. We've had Baldur's Gate 3, we had Hi-Fi Rush, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Street Fighter, Spider-Man 2 is coming out in just a few days now. We've got some heavy hitters this year. And then there's this. I was hoping for more. I didn't get it. And I'm sad. I'm a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. But nah. Can't win them all. Oh well. I'm gonna see if I can get a refund for that. Get my precious $20 back. In the meantime, hang on while I make adjustments to the stream. And figure out what we're gonna play next. Yeah, fuck it. We can fuck around in Elden Ring for a little bit. Elden Ring is great. We're not gonna start a whole new character and like do a full playthrough, but we could just chill out and play Elden Ring while I go through some conversation topics. Just give me 1 second here to update the stream information to properly capture what we're doing here, because I don't want people to, on the rare possibility that someone comes across this and watches it live. First of all, hello, thank you. I hope you enjoyed enough to stick around. Because I want to make a habit of streaming. I've tried to get it into a consistent flow of streaming a few times over the past few years, but I've never managed to get anything that sticks. I want to get something a little more concrete this time around. Just as a hobby. I don't want streaming and YouTube to become like a career thing or a full-time job. It's just something to do that's fun, where hopefully I'll eventually get to interact with other people. Don't know. Anywho, let's just faff about an Elden Ring for a little bit before we call it a night. I was making my way through Stormvale Castle, so we'll climb our way through that. Maybe have a go at Godric the Golden as I finish off my little plate of bacon here. I don't know if you've been able to hear me chewing. You probably have, but that's what I've been chewing on. I've had a little plate of bacon off to the side here. Would pancakes have been more fitting for a Hellboy game stream? Probably. But as we saw, that didn't turn out for all that great either. So, it is what it is. Man, that's such a bummer. Granted, I'm not too bummed. It's like kind of a relief in a depressing way, because like yeah, I'm sad we didn't get a good Hellboy game like Hellboy deserves. On the other hand, now I don't have another comic book game distracting me from Spider-Man 2. Which I will be streaming that, by the way, because I'm really looking forward to that game, and being able to hang out with other people while I play it would be great. So meet Avocado. That's not his proper name. What's his actual name? Avocatus the Third. Avocatus the Ill, excuse me. I named him after a reason. He is in perpetual torment. Is there not like a... Hang on, where's the closest? There we go. He is in never-ending, ceaseless agony, which is why he hides beneath the prisoner mask, just to conceal as much of his agony and pain from the rest of the world as he can. He's also a sorcerer, because I think magic is fun in this game. Alright, let's see. I figured this would happen, me struggling with conversation. So I came up with a spinner wheel of different conversation topics. So we're gonna give that a spin here. I came up with 50 different topics, by the way. So we're all set on this thing for quite a bit. So let's spin that wheel here, see what we get. Life stories growing up in Utah. Okay. Growing up in Utah. So, a little bit of backstory here. I grew up in Utah, as that title suggests, and just about over a year ago, I moved down to Florida. And I love it. I love it down here. It's beautiful. The sky just goes on forever and ever and ever. Which is weird to me, because in Utah, we had mountains. Also, I'm going to murder some pot children here, don't mind me. But we had these big old mountains. So you always knew where you were, because, jeez, it's kind of impossible to get lost when you have a giant landmark literally anywhere you look to help keep you oriented. But Florida doesn't have mountains like that. The sky just goes on and on and on and on forever, so I get lost pretty easily down here because I actually have to memorize street names now. But then you get that boundless sky, for which my coworkers would always make fun of me because they're just used to that and I'm gawping at it like an idiot. But stories of actually growing up in Utah. That's depressing, by the way, when you can gut the fucking pots. I feel so terrible. But in terms of, like, growing up in Utah, it was a very strange experience. Because Utah, for those of you who don't know, who've never been there, is a very religious-heavy state. Specifically with the Mormon Church. And I'm not going to go into any details. If you can have your beliefs, I'll have mine. But the long and the short of it is that I did not attend the Mormon Church. My family and I were not Mormons for many, many reasons. Oh, hi, Godric. Figured that would have taken a little bit longer. So, growing up, I was sort of ostracized by my peers for reasons I didn't understand. Because they were all religious, I wasn't religious, which led to some butting of heads because we were all a bunch of little children. They didn't know any better, I didn't know any better. So it was a weird time, and it wasn't always fun. Plot twist, being religiously ostracized, not poggers, not a great time. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna summon wolves and just stick my pack on this guy. But I'm also I'm a little bit like grateful for the experience of having grown up in Utah, because one, I made some good friends from the people who were sane enough not to give give a shit about my religion. And 2, because Utah, up until like recently, was a shit. It was like a very good place for like children to grow up because it's like very safe and simple. The landscape, like I mentioned earlier, you got all those mountains, so it's hard for your kid to get lost on their way home. They've got a big old landmark. Like, it was a nice place to grow up because it could be very beautiful sometimes, especially because growing up, I lived like on the slope of a mountain. We had a big 3-story house, like at the point of like a mountain overlooking the entire town. So when night fell and all the lights would come on, you would just look out at like the darkness of night and all the lights not puckering, I don't know why I said that, but like coming on, and it was absolutely beautiful. Like I had some good views growing up, and I didn't really appreciate them until I was hanging out with some friends, and they dropped me off because I can't drive, so they always had to escort me. One of them pointed out when they came up there for the first time just how insane the view was, and I grew up with that view, so I'd more or less just become numb to it. So I never really fully appreciated what I had until I moved away from Utah. Now I don't have that view, I don't have those mountains anymore. And I miss it sometimes. I don't miss living there, because living in Utah as an adult was significantly less pleasant than living there as a child, especially in recent years. Because, okay, for those of you, again, who don't know, in Utah, every summer for like the last 5 years...
You were a fine warrior.
Oh yeah, that's a good look.
Master, let the winds lift you to a higher place.
Long and short of what I was going to say before we ran into an actual crime scene, the mountains I mentioned earlier were all very dry. They had a lot of dry, dead plant life on them. So when it came time for summer, and you have dry air and dry plants in 100-degree heat, the mountains would catch fire, and the skies would just be orange and filled with smog for months, and it was a bad time. And apparently it's getting worse. I hope everyone back home is doing alright. I should check up on them.
Well, who do we have here?
My name is Avocados, the ill. You might not want to touch me.
I am Nefeli Lu.
Hello.
Tarnished and warrior, like you.
I wouldn't call myself a warrior.
How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Godric's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds. If you intend to challenge Godric, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight. Apologies, but I've idled long enough. As fellow Tarnished, we must each follow our own guidance, down whatever road takes us to the throne of Elden Lord.
Sir Gideon is her father, right? If I remember right.
As fellow Tarnished, down whatever.
She said Ofnir, didn't she? I don't know. Elden Ring is like the one FromSoft game that I'm not super familiar with the lore. Like, I want to be, because it's George R.R. Martin, and I love George R.R. Martin, and I love these games, but I just never got around to watching videos, because I'm not going to pretend like I'm Mr. Read the item descriptions. Anywho. Let's rest up, and then go murder Godric. And yes, I am going to summon her, because I think it's cool. I like summoning, and I play these games to have fun. I'm not like a super dedicated try-hard player. Anyway, that was growing up in Utah. I hope you enjoyed that segment. Let's spin the wheel again, see what else we get. And our next topic is... Oh wow, this works. Doctor Who, the First Doctor. Alright, so... For those of you who don't watch the show, Doctor Who's 60th anniversary is this year. Alright, let's bring the game back. And I'm super excited. I think all the trailers look great. So, the first Doctor, let's see here. What do I have to say about good old Will Hartnell? Not as much as I had hoped. No, but the first Doctor is like... There's definitely like an age to it. So it's a little difficult to go back and watch some of his episodes now. Particularly because a good number of his episodes just straight up don't exist anymore. Also fighting Godric. I'll put this on hold while we watch the cutscenes.
Mighty dragon, thou art a true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. Alone tarnished. Plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
God, Godric is so fucking sick. Such a good boss design. I know people complain about the boss design in Elden Ring, and I don't agree. I think it's awesome. I think these bosses are so cool. Die, die. Oh, he doesn't take a lot of damage, does he? Oh boy. Stab, stab. But getting back on topic a little bit here, the first Doctor, played by William Hartnell, is a very interesting character. Shit! Okay then. Okay. I wasn't expecting him to reduce my body to paste. Oh jeez, he's gonna spread me on his toast. Oh wow. Alright, let's run that back. And this time I'm gonna replace the wolves for I don't have enough FP for those guys. I don't even have enough for the demi-humans? I know I've got more FP than that. Well, shit, okay, apparently wolves are still my best bet. Son of a bitch. But Will Hartnell's first Doctor is very interesting because he takes a very different approach from what the show would go into later on. In that the first Doctor was kind of a bad person. But like in an interesting way. It wasn't like he was malicious, but he was selfish, he was reckless, oh my god. He would often like put other people in danger for his own whims, like in the very first Dalek episode, the second story of the entire show. They wander onto Skaro. There's gonna be a lot of Doctor Who buzzwords, by the way. I'm a huge fanboy. But Jesus, he's a lot tougher than I remember him being. But the first Doctor and his companions, his granddaughter and her teachers, Ian and Barbara, they end up going to Skaro because the Doctor can't control the TARDIS. Shit. Trying to rant about Doctor Who while fighting this guy is a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but I'm up for the challenge. Shoot. Stop it. Please don't. But oh, cutscene time? Yes, it is.
mightiest of dragons. Lend me thy strength.
Shit is so fucking hardcore, god damn. Me and my buddies, when this game first came out, we all gathered together for a sleepover LAN party out at one of their places. And we were playing the game co-op. And when we got to that cutscene, we were just going to town on this guy. We didn't even hear him screaming until like the cutscene started. And we were like, why is he just screaming like the dead? And then that shit happened and we all freaked out. We were terrified. He then proceeded to reduce our faces to paste for like the next 8 hours. Because that was like I think it was day 2 we got to this guy. We got stuck on Margit for day 1 because we didn't understand the open world design yet. Oh, he's dead. Sorry, Nephilim. First of all, I misgendered you. Second of all, I got you killed. Nope. Not dead yet. Run's not over. Since when could he do that? I don't remember that at all. Get fucked.
The Lord of all that is golden.
Second try, baby. Hell yeah.
We'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Sure thing, buddy. Remembrance of the Grafted and Godric's Great Rune. Hell yeah. Alright. So, where was I? Oh yeah, First Doctor, Skaro, companions. So they find the city where the Daleks live. They see it from a distance, and even from a distance they're like, oh, we don't want to go there, that's a bad news, that's a bad time. But the Doctor, the First Doctor, proceeds to dip beneath the console and pull out an important component and just dump like the fuel basically all over the floor. So now they have to go into the city. Which I always thought was like really interesting because I grew up with like the modern era of Doctor Who where the Doctor is like more or less unconditionally good. He has his moments where he messes up and he does something kind of fucked up. But like overall, he's like your typical hero. So going back to the series beginnings when he wasn't, that was a very interesting change of pace. Because I forgot that guy shows up there. Gonna squeeze out one more level here, don't mind me. And Will Hartnell as the First Doctor was just brilliant. Kind of hilarious sometimes, because every now and then he would just flub one of his lines. So he would just sound like me streaming, just trip over himself, and it was really funny. But when he pulled out like the genuine, like when he pulled out the stops, he gave some genuinely incredible performances.
Pathetic excuse for a lord you were. Craven to the bone. Pushing me about like that, and after all that grafting, where did that get you? Look down on me, would ya? Godric, you filthy slug. Feel it, feel it, feel my bloody wrath.
That's right, get it all out. There's no judgment here, friend.
Oh, hello there. This weasel was... Godric was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance and met the ugliest of ends, eh?
I'm sure this is a balanced and trustworthy man. Definitely not something to worry about at all. But anyway, Will Hartnell. If you've never seen, if you're like interested in Doctor Who or you're a fan of the series and you've never seen the Doctor's farewell to Susan, his granddaughter, the very first companion, you should absolutely watch that clip. It is a genuinely, I say genuinely too often, it is such a good scene. Like, for an episode that aired in like 1965, it legitimately like gets a tear out of your eye, man. It's powerful stuff for a show of the time. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna shit in Godric's chair. Fuck you. Fuck you, old man. This is my chair now. No, wrong button. Do I have like a... let's see. Yeah, that one will do. My chair. Anywho. Yeah, Will Hartnell as the first Doctor was amazing. Such a incredible performance. Wonder how many that's at now. There's no way it's just at the maximum. There's got to be way more than that. Yeah, I still think, like, Will Hartnell's not my favorite Doctor. I still prefer some of the ones that we get later on. But as, like, the very first, like, it's amazing the kind of insane legacy he left behind. Like, because for him it was just, oh, I'm tired. Like, Will Hartnell would always get, please take my grapes. I don't think I want to touch your grapes, bro. Not that I can anymore. But, like, what was I saying? Right. Will Hartnell was always cast as, like, the stern, gruff general kind of character. So, when they presented him the chance to play the Doctor, like a more friendly, compassionate, still gruff and kind of rude, but like more like a whimsical scientist than a military general. It was a big departure for him, and it was an interesting change of pace. And you can really tell that he loved the part. And he brought that energy in all the way to the end of his run when he started getting real sick and dying. Also, I don't remember you being here.
Is someone there? My name is Hayata, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see. I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next, but when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden.
Sure. Here, have a grape. I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
I can feel the distant light once more. You are most
Hopefully, anyone who watches this understands that reference. Otherwise, they're just gonna think I'm a weird sex offender. Anywho.
You are most kind indeed.
Thank you.
May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
Thank you again. Anyway, we are officially out of tutorial zone. God damn. I forgot how fucking gorgeous this game is, dude. And how huge it is. God damn. We gonna be here for a hot second. Although, hold on. Isn't the... Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go back. Activate Godric's Great Rune. Give me a sec. Anywho, so that's about all I have to say about the first Doctor. He was brilliant for his time. Anywho, let's spin this bad boy again. What do we got this time? Castlevania Dream Revival. Okay, I'm glad I landed on this one. Castlevania Dream Revival. So I've been thinking about this the last few days. I think I started thinking about this when I started replaying this game, actually. But I was thinking that Castlevania's been gone for a long time, which makes me sad because I love Castlevania. It's one of my favorite game franchises. So I was thinking about like ways we could bring Castlevania back. Like if it were to come back as like a full-on AAA game on like the standards of like a FromSoft game, obviously, not Lord of the Rings Gollum. Like if we were to bring it back with like a full budget, full team, like full effort, what kind of game would we get? And I've had some ideas of like how that could be. Like at the core of it, it would be a Souls-like game, because that's like the modern equivalent of Castlevania, if we're being honest, because Castlevania... Shit! Damn it. The problem with playing a spellcasting class, you get turned to paste so easily. But like Castlevania was always a dark fantasy, it was always brutally hard. How do you translate that into the modern age? You give it Souls-like combat. Except, here's how I would do it. You'd have like 3 set characters. You had your own creative character, you make your own Belmont, where you can design them to play however you want. If you want to lean all in on the whip, you have like a whip Belmont. Maybe you can have like a magic Belmont who specializes in all that, or you can implement some like vampire shit into the story, so you can have a Belmont with vampire powers. Just, you know, emphasize the player freedom aspect of the game, and just offer them the way to play however they want. You get to kill Dracula the way you want to kill Dracula, because obviously we'll be Dracula as the main villain. I'm not putting in some random side villain. If you're rebooting Castlevania, you gotta fight Dracula. So you'd have your creative character where you can build them however you want, and then you'd have 2 preset characters, at least 2. And I'm open to the idea of adding more later on into this imaginary game that will never exist. You'd have, one of them would be Simon Belmont. And Simon would be like the game's hard mode. He's got like a set skill list that's set in stone, he doesn't level up. And you have to collect weapons in the maps to get stronger. It's like a hard mode challenge where it removes the RPG elements and it just hits you with the hardest enemies. And tells you to fucking shut up and get good. And then you could have like Alucard as another playable character, and he's just got all the vampire powers all maxed out and some other stuff along with it. And you can give him like a Symphony of the Night kind of like pseudo easy mode sort of thing, where it's like just jump in with an overpowered vampire and fuck shit up. Obviously you'd have to unlock the Alucard one, because you can't just have the overpowered character right off the bat. That kind of defeats the point of the game. But then you can have like the Souls aspect, like Dracula's castle is like a Dark Souls level. You have to progress through it bit by bit while overcoming extreme danger, and just slowly unravel the castle and unlock more and more stuff until eventually you reach Dracula himself. I don't know. I think it would be cool to bring Castlevania back with like the tone and gameplay of a FromSoft title, because there's still a market for that. Elden Ring sold 20 million copies for a reason. I don't know. Will that ever happen? No. Would I be excited if it happened? Also no, probably, if I'm being honest, for the Soul, just because Konami, and Konami hasn't done anything good for like the last 10 years. Let's be real, dude. hopefully the Metal Gear collection will actually be decent. From what I've seen so far, we're not off to a great start, though. Anywho, spin that wheel again. What do we got next? What's our next topic? My bygone viola days. Okay. So, this one's kind of interesting. So I used to play in my high school orchestra. I would play the viola. And for those of you who don't know, the viola is... most people will just say it's a violin but bigger, and that's the core concept of it. It's way more complicated than that. It's not just same instrument but bigger. But that's the general gist of it for the layman. It's just violin but bigger. That way we can avoid the extremely like in-depth music nerd stuff of like, well, technically, violin has these strings and these chords, blah 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 blah. And I loved it. I originally signed on a whim. I remember I picked the viola because as a kid I really liked Adventure Time, and Jake played the viola. And that was the extent of my reasoning. Because childhood was a simpler time. But I played in my school orchestra for like 5 years before I finally quit. And I kind of regret it. I regret quitting. I regret quitting. I don't regret playing. I wish I had kept playing because it was fun and it was fulfilling. It hurt my fucking fingers because I had little middle school fingers. I had to squeeze the tight bowstrings. Not the bowstrings, the strings. Not the bowstrings, but the actual strings of the viola. The shit hurt my little fingers. Stop that. We're talking about my string instrument days, not my horn days. I was never a part of my high school band. Most of my buddies were, but I never was. We played some crazy songs in my high school orchestra. I remember we did, every year we would do a live performance of Smoke on the Water. And that was awesome. That was always so much fun. It was always the highlight of the show. One of our cellist players, it was either one of our cellists or our basses, would bring an electric guitar and an amp, like a full-on electric instrument setup, and he would play that as like the accompaniment in the background. So you've got like a full orchestra playing Smoke on the Water, then you've got the electric rip in the background. I'll have to see if my mother still has recorded footage of one of those performances, because it was always so much fun. I miss music. I need to get back into playing. It was very fulfilling work. Okay. Die. Thank you. You didn't die. I was hoping you died. Shit. There we go. Let's see, what are some other songs we played? Fuck! Shit! That was my favorite song. Oh, fuck, shit. Shit, where was... Leave me alone. Where was the way over to here? Or am I getting confused? I think I'm getting confused. I think I'm thinking of a different place to access this tower thing over here. Or, hold on. No, because I'm going down for that. So I just need to find a way past Mr. Fucknuts Ballista over there. So, alright. Viola Days topic didn't last as long as I'd hoped. Sorry I keep constantly jumping between tabs here. I'm gonna have to set up the wheel on a different system next time. Okay, give me one sec. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Dungeons and Dragons stories. I can work with that. Oh, come on, man. I need to check a few things. There we go. Okay. So, Dungeons and Dragons stories. I feel like everyone's got a few of those, because that's like the fun of playing D&D, is getting those ridiculous stories. I'm just trying to think of some good ones, because it's been a hot second since I actually played D&D. What are some good adventures? It's hard to talk about a lot of them without context. But damn it. I was really hoping this would be like a productive one, but now I'm just drawing a blank on actual D&D stories. Can I get this bastard? I need to get like a good angle on the bastard so I can shoot him without getting shot at. But oh, okay. The last character I played in like a campaign was a barbarian lizard man called Grinslow. Grinslow Meatjaw. He was a big old dumb lizard man with a heart of gold, and I loved him. And my buddy Nick was playing our cleric character. And things happened, and for reasons, the cleric got separated from the rest of the party. And then something happened with the cleric off screen between the dungeon master and a text chat. And then the cleric, suddenly washes up on the shore, and Grinslow goes to meet him. And the cleric pulls Grinslow aside. It's like, don't tell any of the others. We could be infected, because we were dealing with some slats. There's two ballistas. I don't like that. Retreat, retreat. But we were dealing with slats at the time, and we were worried about getting infected because one of our party members had nearly been killed by it. So he pulls Grinslow in, he whispers to him, he's telling him all these secrets. What this buddy of mine seemed to forget is that he was talking to Grinslow. So Grinslow, lovable, open, golden-hearted idiot that he is, immediately turns around and says, "Hey fellas, I think we're all in danger," and spills 100% of the beans. Just immediately. The fucking look Nick gave me after that moment. He was so pissed. It was really funny. He was just like, you know, man, I love you, but sometimes I don't. And I will not apologize for it because it was hilarious. Would you die already? Fucking shit. Fucking aim a little lower with your thrusts, man. Come on. It's not that hard. Jesus. I hate the fact that that's what took most of my healing items. What are some other fun ones I had? Oh, jeez. Oh, this is a long while back. The very first D&D campaign I was ever a part of, back in, like, middle school, I was playing with some friends. And I was... oh, shit. I'm mostly unfamiliar with D&D. It's my first time playing it. But I'm playing, like, a little rogue halfling. And our dungeon master, who was... I'm not going to get into it. He was a character. Let's go with that. He was a character. But he gave me a magical staff capable of mind control. Ignore the fact that I was a rogue, and so I probably wasn't built for it. It probably wasn't meant for me, but I claimed it anyway. Because then the dungeon master gave it the ability to change shapes. That item was ridiculously overpowered and completely unbalanced. And I know this for complete fact because we're wandering through the icy caves that the dungeon is set in, and we are set upon by a yeti. And yetis, you know, pretty big, pretty strong, pretty dangerous. So my first instinct is, okay, how do I fight this thing? Answer, I'm gonna mind control it. I'm gonna cast my mind control staff and just see what happens. So the DM warns me, as DMs do, that the chances of success with that particular roll not very high. Because, you know, I'm sitting there trying to mind control the boss that we're trapped in a room with. So, you know, as any player in my position would have, I take those odds and I roll the dice, and I roll a natural 20. So the DM just has to hang his head and in an annoyed, begrudging tone tell me that I've completely mind-controlled the boss and it is obeying my every whim. I'm getting some serious lag over here, jeez. So I just tell the boss to break down the wall that's got us trapped, and then I just order it to jump off of a building. Not off of a building. I don't remember what I told it specifically to do, but the gist of it was, hey, get us out and then kill yourself. So we cleared that entire boss fight without a single drop of blood on our end. That entire encounter lasted 1 minute. I was the first one to go in combat. Poor Yeti didn't even get a turn. And it was really funny, and I kind of felt bad for a little while because the DM was clearly upset. He was excited about that encounter. But then things happened between him and I, and our friendship fell apart. And I'm not going to go into it again because it's very personal, and it's a long time gone at this point. But it was a time. He was a character. Fucking speaking of characters, a good buddy of mine from one of my last jobs. We had a D&D group together, like a bunch of my coworkers and this buddy of mine, and this buddy was completely insane. I could never accommodate for what he was doing in a million years. He kept me on my toes. So we were doing like a sailor themed campaign for a little bit. Aren't you the monkey man? You weren't here before. I'll get back to my story in just a sec.
Good to see you, Master. Do you remember me? Bok, the demi-human.
The monkey, yes.
You helped me before and retrieved my sewing needle. Please, Master, allow me to serve you as your seamster. I can't make nothing from scratch, but I'm happy to make adjustments to your garments. Master, I was wondering, do you ever make adjustments to your garb yourself? I would, well, rather you let me do the job when possible, please. I don't ask anything in return, you know, and, well, I am your personal seamster after all. Oh, please do.
That was weird. Anyway. Shit, where am I gonna go first? This buddy of mine would always come up with the craziest fucking shit. And in this sailor campaign, they end up shipwrecked, because of course they do. And his first instinct upon the shipwrecking, the first thing that he does is scour the ruins for food. Logical step. And he rolls, I give him his DC, and he finds some raw chicken. And there's plenty of wood about, because, you know, crashed ship. While the others immediately start scrounging for that wood to help build a fire, cook the food. He just starts eating it raw. Just a fistful of chicken. I tell him, like, okay, you're gonna have to make a constitution check, and he didn't even hesitate. He grabbed his dice and just threw. Rolls a natural 1, and comes down with a case of salmonella. So we decide to look up the actual symptoms for, like, salmonella poisoning out of curiosity for proper role-playing, you know? To really immerse them in the experience of a character doing something incredibly fucking stupid and getting sick. And one of the symptoms we discovered was diarrhea, because of course it was. So that night they're all setting up for camp, and the party, I think he played the he played the party cleric, another friend of ours. He decides to hunker down beneath a gnarled tree root for the night. To which this buddy of mine decides he's going to sleep on top of said gnarled tree root. And in the middle of the night, I decided, hey, fun times, roll a con check, see what happens with your salmonella poisoning. Because I'd written up a little table for it and everything. Rolls another natural 1. I think that was like his second one in a row that night. So naturally, he had to have diarrhea. Because he rolls a nat 1. What else is gonna happen? At that point, you deserve it. I had forgotten when I told him that was happening that the party's cleric was underneath him. So I tell him what's happening, and then the guy who plays the party cleric just out of fucking nowhere lets out a cry. He's a real loud cry. And starts like pantomiming, you know, liquid shit falling on top of you. And then the whole table at the same time. We all have this realization at the exact same moment what he's doing. And holy fuck, dude. The fallout of the diarrhea moment lasted like a solid hour of the session. It was so funny. God, I do miss D&D sometimes.
You're new around here.
Yep.
Surprised you found me in my little nook.
The grace is right there.
Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you take a look at my wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them, eh?
My kind of merchant. Oh, hang on. Shit. Robes and shit. I need that. Let's see here. Farewell, prisoner mask. You are too heavy. The beard's clipping through the hood. Maybe the hood's not so great an idea. Ooh. I think I'll put that on when we get to the academy. I'm gonna put the iron mask back on. that seems better. Oh. I got pretty burnt out on D&D. Hello. I forgot that you existed. Jesus, that was a bad one. Like I love D&D. I have for a while, but I got pretty burnt out on it for a hot second. And every time I ended up playing, it would just put me in a really bad mood. And I would end up ruining it for other people, and I don't want to be that guy. You know, I don't want to be the guy who ruins Dungeons and Dragons for everybody, so I stopped playing. But I'd like to give it another shot at some point, because... Fuck me, I forgot how huge Liurnia was. But, like, a large portion of it was like, I was fucking depressed. And I still am, I grapple with that a lot. But I ended up drifting away from D&D, and I'd like to try drifting back towards it at some point, try getting back into it, because I do love that game. And I do enjoy those adventures and having fun with your pals. Alright, let's see what's gonna murder me in here. Yeah, speaking of D&D stories, here's one last one to tide you over. So the last time I played D&D, and was the session I realized that I should stop playing D&D. I was playing it with my family. Hey, fat ass. And it didn't go well, because things happened, and I had like a major mood swing, and it really soured the mood of the whole play session. So I ended up ruining everything for everyone, and it wasn't a great time. I feel terrible about it. Can you stop? Can you, like, give me a fucking second here, bro? Fuck you. But after that session... Ah, you bastard, man. My father comes back in and comes to have a chat with me. And he's like, hey, man. I think you're depressed. Shit. Which, you know, my father's showing care for my emotional well-being after finding out that I've done a 180 on what used to be one of my favorite hobbies. I appreciate the effort. However, maybe it's because I was like knee-deep in said depression. Maybe it's because I was still in a bad mood at the time. But hearing those words from him then, at that moment, really, really pissed me off. Looking back, it's kind of funny, but it still pissed me off because, you know, depression isn't the kind of thing that you get overnight when you're partway through your 20s. It's something that it festers in you, and it lasts a while. It's like a poison in your own blood. And I had done pretty much everything I could do beyond, like, shy of really drastic action to be like, hey, I've got all this stuff going on. And sparing you details of my personal family drama, most of my, like, cries for help mostly went ignored. Like, I flat out, like, told my parents to their faces in, like, my high school years that I was depressed and that it was hard for me to function sometimes, and nothing. Just nothing happened. Just, I'm depressed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. What do you want me to do about it? Was about the gist of it. And I don't want to be too harsh on my parents, because, you know, parenting is fucking hard. Especially when your kid is kind of an asshole, like I was in high school. Can I sit down for a sec without you motherfuckers popping arrows in my back? Thank you. But there was just something, like, bitterly funny about Dungeons and Dragons being the thing that finally makes one of my parents go, hey, hang on a second. Hang on, I think this kid might need some help. Maybe that was too personal a D&D story. Oh well. It's out there now. I'm sorry if that was a little too personal, if I made anyone uncomfortable. But, that's my life. I'm doing better now when it comes to the emotional stuff. I wouldn't say I'm doing great. Don't mind me, big guy. I'm just taking your thing. You know, in what world are you gonna use it anyway? Oh, this doesn't. Okay. Sucker. Like, I'm trying to be better, like, emotionally. It's partly why I've gotten back into, or I'm trying to get back into streaming here, is just to have a hobby that's not related to work or aspiring work or anything like that. Just something that is purely for the sake of, like, fun and relaxing. But, you know, it's a journey. And this is but the first step of it, and hopefully I take more than 3 or 4 steps this time. Hopefully I keep on walking. I don't know. I also have no idea where I'm going, by the way. I'm sorry if you were like, ooh, when's he gonna get to Raya Lucaria or anything like that. I don't have a destination. I'm just talking out of my ass and riding around. Why am I fighting these guys? I hate the puppets. Ah, but fuck. Oh, you're not a... I thought you were an NPC. I deadass thought that was one of the merchants. Alright then. Never mind. Goodbye. Oh, there is an arrow in my horse. There we go. Is there anything actually, like, worthwhile? Nope, it's just blocks of stone and some enemies. Shit. Ah! Alright, Site of Grace. Go, go, go. Alright, let's see. 500 souls. Okay. How much does this give me? For one unit of 400, it's 1200 souls, okay. No, I'm not going to call them runes, they are souls. That is forever what they shall be. I need to see if I can deactivate Steam pop-ups, because I don't want to keep seeing the same exact notification from my friends, because for some goddamn reason, some of my Steam friends just have like computer issues or something. I'm not sure, but they'll just pop up over and over. Hey, so-and-so's trying to play Skyrim. It's like, yeah, I got that from the first 4 notifications, thank you. It's like, hey, so-and-so, maybe Skyrim just isn't in your cards tonight.
As your senior, it is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word. You are a house guest. Remember your there's nothing left to say.
Bruh.
Be at your left. There's nothing left.
It's the exact same guy, the exact same notification. My brother in Christ.
Nice to see you again.
Hello.
My name is Roderica. I should have told you sooner. Isn't this place impressive though? The Round Table Hold, covert quarters of the Two Fingers, and gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's all a bit much, I'm still looking.
Can I officially start this quest line? Because I love this one. It's one of my favorites.
Now, look at you. Those eyes tell a story.
They sure do.
Who's felled his mark. Find them well. Now lay out your arms.
Damn.
The girl you brought here, she's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade, but she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
Okay, now go back and talk to her. Just a lot of running back and forth.
It's all a bit much, I'm still...
Oh, never mind. Oh, there we go.
You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me.
Sorry.
Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us Tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all. If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, and goodness knows that would be a surprise, I suppose I should try to hone it. I'll ask Master.
Okay, now I talk to him again. And then the next time I come back, she'll upgrade my ghosts. At least I think.
Already. No matter. Lay. The girl. What about her? Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith?
Me.
Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it. I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
If I do, I suppose I'll ask my...
And then there's just Jon Snow over here. Oh, is Wizard Guy up here yet? That looks like. No, that's a cornerstone. That was not, in fact, Wizard Guy. That's Wizard Guy.
Ah, we meet again after all. I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need? Ah, you defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormvale, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it.
What? Roger's Rapier +8? Jesus!
As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore. Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together.
Dee's nuts.
Bound by our
Sorry.
exploration of death.
I'm a child.
Our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
Ah, damn. Anyway, let's see this rapier he gave me. Yep. I mean, I can't... Ah, hell with it. I want to put this baby through its paces. Ooh. Neat. I like that. Oh, shit. Oh, he ain't waiting. He ain't waiting no more. Oh, God. Shit! Heh. Oh, you asshole, says the guy spamming magic. Nope. Oh, shit! I may have been a little too quick with my smug laughter. Shit ass! What does Frostbite do again? I don't remember. Nope. Nope. Die! Whew. Okay. All I got was a wee bit of Frostbite. And the Taunter's tongue. Okay. Isn't this where the dung heater hangs out? Or am I thinking of a different room? I think I'm thinking of a different room, yeah. Oh, that's pleasant. Cipher Pata. What the hell? Where is that? Cipher Pata. Fist. Slash and pierce. One of the weapons originating from the two fingers, a formless sequence of ciphers comprises its blade, and as such no shield can repel it, deals holy damage. The furtive inscription appears to hang in the air, the language of light spoken by the two fingers. Huh. Oh, sick. Hang on, can these stack? No. Damn. Hang on, which one is cheaper? Okay, so that gives me 4. That gives me 5, and it's like twice the cost. Okay, jeez. Well, with this weapon art, I can remove that from my spell list. So that's a neat. Alright. I didn't want to do that, but okay.
You haven't gone to seek Garank yet, have you? Well, just as long as you go to Garank.
Stop!
Is a path.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the table. Get out of here. Let's go with... Shit, I don't really have anything else. Let's just put Glintstone Pebble on there for now, I guess. Anywho, that should about do it for this stream. Nobody showed up live, but that's alright. If you show up in the archive and you get to this point, I appreciate you sticking through my madness. Gonna try and make a habit of this. Hopefully a habit that sticks this time. Anyway, that's about it.